Oh, hello, my new friend. Hello, my new friend. Oh, classic. Hello, my name is Beckett, and we are playing Enigmatica 6, and I got a new friend on my shoulder. Here, I just, threw some pumpkin seeds down on the ground. You see I got a stack -1 in my hand, and just throwing them down on the ground. I got the heart particle, and a new friend on my shoulder. Pretty cool. What's going on here? Is there steel inside? Is there a hammer on it? Don't. That can't be proper. Whoops, that's the wrong key. 27 blocks. Looks like it's, let's see. Got all its vibes. The crude blast furnace name I feel like is new. Anyway, that could have been a lot worse. So, what I want to work towards, the next big thing, is gonna be auto crafting. And the option for that in this pack is refined storage, but we're gonna need a lot of silicon for that. And the best way to get silicon in this pack is with lime sand from Create. If we're gonna get some lime sand, we're gonna need to build ourselves a windmill. Here we go. Did I not get a slab? I got a slab, right? Oh, can you not? Oh, I thought this was the first slab. Yeah, these quartz slabs, they're gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. Don't seem to be our dictionary. Anyway. Boom. Boom. Now we also need a radial. What's this? That's it. So that's andesite alloy and logs. That's how we came up. Easy peasy. Finally, we're gonna need some sails. And that's just for the quest. You can also use just wool. So 1 wool and these sail frames will give you 8. So we want some 6. I don't think I need to shear any sheep to do this, but just in case, I made a fresh pair of shears. So, oh. Whoops. Oh, stuff happens. So let's see. 64. We'll take 2 stacks. Just in case. Well, that's not as many sail frames as there were. We can just throw them in here, I think. And that gave us the quest. We got glue, and we got a create loot box with copper casing. Yeah, neat. How does that exactly? It's fine. Now the other thing we need to do is now that we got all the windmill parts, not all of them really, we're gonna have to make some more andesite alloy here. I used it all. Not what I intended to do there, in case you couldn't tell. There we go. So we are going to need more of these shafts. Quite a few. And we are also going to want some large cogwheels. And that is andesite alloy, planks, and more buttons. Alright. The button. Am I in crafting? Oh. Oh! And that's a quest completed. Okay, cool. Oh, it's just the next one down the line. Well, we got some more create loot. Cool, cool. Mechanical belt. Oh, neat. That'll help. Okay. So, I gotta think about... We're gonna want to make a windmill knight. So, I'm gonna think about how we're gonna do that. Then we'll be back. Basically make fences out of the log texture. And I thought it was really cool, but we don't have that, and I want that anyway. So we're gonna see if we can do it with block carpentry. The basic piece of it here, you need these frames, and you can get the frames from any of the frame stuff you make. There we go. Got a bunch of frames. And now this is the fence here. Okay, so we're gonna need some sticks. I don't know how this mod works really. I'm kinda banking that it's similar to other mods of its type, like Carpenter's blocks, but we'll so I went the long way around with crafting tables here. So let's make some of these fences. That's a good amount, I hope. Now I think what you do is you place these in the world. Whoops, that's not where we wanted that one. And then I think you right click with the block you want them to take the texture of. Yeah. Okay. That's not quite what I had in mind. I was hoping for... Oh, you know what we could do? Maybe? Now, it seems like it uses up the block, so we'll, if we do too much experimentation here, we'll get into trouble. But let's try these oak wood blocks, see if they do this. Okay, I think we're gonna have to break these. Get these back down, and then... Yeah! That's what we're looking for. Nice. We finally got a use for some of this aluminum. I know we've been able to substitute it for other metals in some recipes, but I think this is what it might really be. One of the things it's really for. You can make these sweet metal rung ladders, which are going to look great on the inside of our windmill. Yeah, those look so good. Alright, first floor. For some of the detailing, I want to get into Macaw's doors. We're gonna use some of the Macaw's trapdoors. So we've got the color of oak on the spruce trapdoor texture. I think we're gonna need 15 spruce trapdoors to make 60 trapdoors. I will need a bunch of paper. So you can look these up in just enough items. You can see all the different recipes for them. You can basically do any wood texture from vanilla on with any vanilla wood color. Pretty cool. There's quite a lot there. So what we want to do is we want to make this. No, not that. Where is it? This. We need 60 of these, so we'll need 15 of the spruce trapdoor. So let's see. It don't really work that way, does it? Okay. Let's won't. we had a woodcutter. I guess I'm just wrong about that. Ten, 12, 14. Right. So take that, and this will give us a pattern. And this will give us the trapdoor. Now we're going to be putting them right under here like so. We're also going to use these blocks from block carpentry for the roof. So see how that comes out. It's the same idea, you just take the frames and craft them like a stair shape. And then there you are. Now let's see. Yeah, no problem. Okay. And then... cool. Alright. We'll finish this up, all the walls and the detailing another time. I want to get into the windmill part of it before I forget what the heck I'm doing. Cogwheel, sails, one radial chassis. We got a windmill bearing, we got these shafts, we'll certainly need more of those, and that's the small cogwheels. So let's see. Clean this up a little bit. Alright. So we're going to want a shaft coming right through here. Yeah. Actually, wait. I tell a lie. We're going to want a gearbox there. So that we can switch the rotational force to going down. Now we want to come out just enough, and I think we can do it like this. Yeah. Okay. So next, we put our windmill bearings down like this, right? A little closer. There we go. And we stick our radial chassis right on the end. And now is when we need that super glue. We got it down here. We got this as a reward. Maybe even earlier in this episode. I've been building this for a while. Now what we do is we right click. Oh, and it doesn't use durability. That's nice. And this is what's going to allow us to stick blocks other than the sails to the chassis. Now I have no idea really what these sails look like. So let's get a look. Okay, they look like that. So maybe what we want are fences. Now, did we get those goggles? Yeah. When worn, shows colored indicators. Okay, that must be what we saw up there. Right? Oh. Yeah, okay. It must be our goggles allowing us to see all of that. So let's try attaching some fences to this thing. That's not where I wanted the fence. Now, does that tell us anything now? Alright, and let's... Whoop, that's not what we want. What's up in the air is a little difficult. Come on. Okay. So what if we attach it like this? Yeah. Whoops. Alright. And you see these arrows. Help you out a little bit. Okay. So there's one sail of a windmill. And we'll just keep building this. So apparently if we have the wrench equipped... Yeah, okay. So the default 8, and it looks like everything's part of the structure except for this top sail here. It's kind of like, it's like a radius, like, you can't do it just a square, but that's fine. Alright, I think we know what we're doing here now. Let's see, is it all part of the structure? Sure looks that way, doesn't it? Oh! Oh, I ran out of fuel. Okay. Well, I guess we just right click it? Yeah! A little bit of lag there for a second. But, okay. So that's going to produce us quite a good amount of rotational force, which is, you know, the energy of this mod, the create mod from which the windmill comes. Well, I guess we just right click it? Yeah! A little bit of lag there for a second. But, okay. So that's going to produce us quite a good amount of rotational force, which is, you know, the energy of this mod, the create mod from which the windmill comes from. Anyway, get this thing out of my face for a second. There we go, now I can see it. So we got our windmill going. Next step is the grindstone, so that's going to have to wait for another day. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye. So, now that we've got the windmill actually functional, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take that rotational force and we're gonna increase it. So this andesite casing is part of the gearbox. It's just a log 6 planks into the andesite alloy. And then we're gonna go ahead and make a gearbox, which is the casing and 4 cogwheels, right? Right. Now, we want a vertical gearbox. We're going to want to have a shaft going down to the body of the windmill. So you just craft it with itself, and then you get a vertical gearbox. Then you can craft it right back, if you want to. Part of the reason the walls aren't here yet is to give myself some room to fly around. I'm not super confident with how well I remember this, but we should be able to pop the gearbox right here. And you see how this side is rotating, you know, the same way that the shaft is, except it's going in the opposite direction. It really is going in the opposite direction. You can use that to your advantage later on. But what we're going to do is see if we can do this. I don't know how much, if we really have enough room, but now that we've got the rotational force, and as you'll see, we'll get a lot of stress units with this, we want to be able to speed it up. We want a lot of speed too. So if we take one of these here, one of these small ones, hook a large one to it, and we can put another small one here. And sometimes I get this, I think I got it backwards. So let's set this up exactly the opposite way. See, it wasn't just laziness that caused me to leave the walls up. Not laziness. So let's see, we'll put a large one on. We'll put a small one next to it. Yes, no? Oh, I missed. Can hear you. And then a big one on the bottom of that. Okay, yeah, that's the way it goes. Visibly faster than the one on top. So we'll put another small, whoop. It's gonna be one of those videos. Misplacing blocks for fun and profit. I'm kidding, there's no profit here. So we'll put, darn it. Try this one more time and then I might finish this up off camera. Go back a little more. That's fine. We'll put another large cogwheel down. Now that one's even faster. And I think if we hold the wrench, are the goggles not enough? I guess the goggles aren't enough for this. If we put a speedometer on there, we'd see something. So we're gonna put one more gear here, close to the center as we can manage. And we'll run the shaft down from here. A little far. Oh, wait, we're gonna have to. Okay. So you get the general idea. We're making the rotational force, and we're increasing its speed greatly through the use of those gears that we placed in the world. Cool. I do want to measure what that's putting out. So we want to make some speedometers. This is 2 shafts, an andesite casing like we just made, and a compass. And whoops, I forgot to craft the additional compass. That's fine. There we go. And then you can take a speedometer and craft it and make it a stressometer. Cool. I need some more parts to proceed, but we should see if we're going to get them. These things. Okay, gearbox gives us rare create loot box. The andesite casing, rare create loot box. Shafts, rare create loot box, and some more kelp, or kelp in the first place. And mechanical belts for a rare loot box. So what do we get? We got powered latches, powered toggle latches. We got a lever. Alright, I'm not sure what these do. I've never gotten that far in the mod. So I'm gonna make some more gearboxes. Alright, so what we want here is a whoop, I forgot to make it. We got all the parts, I think. What we want is another vertical gearbox, because we want to change the direction of the rotational force to horizontal, just like that. Now on the back of it, let's go ahead and we'll put the speedometer on it. See what this does. Okay, so we're getting 80 revolutions per minute. And that seems like it's pretty fast. And As for the stress, we have 5,120 stress units. I believe that's based on the number of sales, I think. I'm not sure. But my understanding is that it's a lot. So we'll be able to do most of the things that we want to do, at least in the early game, of create right here. Now, the next thing we want involves kind of a complicated crafting mechanic using 21 of these mechanical crafters. And I guess 3 of them for each recipe, so we need 9 or 7, I should say. 21? 9 plus 12, 21. Yeah. So we're gonna need, for instance, 7 electron tubes, for which we need polished rose quartz. Rose quartz, okay, that's not so bad. So what do we say, 9? So let's take 2 stacks. And there we go. Now we need some sandpaper. And there are other ways to do this, but this way is just fine. Sandpaper, if it's the same as in other packs I've played, it's just sand and some paper. Okay, cool. And then what you do is you put what you want to use the sandpaper on in your offhand. You hold the sandpaper in your on hand and you right click. And what's happening is we're using a little bit of durability on the sandpaper to make crafting component. When we're done, I'll this will be it. Oh, need one more. We're getting polished rose quartz from this. So that's how you do that. Now let's do one more. There we go. I think we're doing well on gold, so we'll use the gold ingots, sure. And 7 redstone torches. Cool. And that'll get us... Oh, it's only iron in this. Okay. I think that's fine. I'm playing a skyblock pack where it's also gold. Okay. Whoops. Get them all on there. There we go. 7 electron tubes. Now we need brass casing. For the casing, we're going to need brass plates. Now we can make this... We can make this with a multi-servo press if we had one. Go ahead and make a multi-servo press. This will be very useful. So what's it going to take? It's going to take a machine frame, like a block of lead. I think we have a machine frame. I think we do, yeah. And block of lead, 2 bronze. Oh, we're going to need some constantin. Let's go ahead and make our lead block. I forget what's involved in constantin. But, what am I doing wrong here? Something, clearly. Nickel and something. Is it nickel and iron? We're gonna need 8 of them? Here we go. Nickel and copper. Okay. So... And I think that's our nickel? I think. There's our nickel. We'll just throw this in our induction smelter. Should be good to go. See if my math is right. My mileage may vary. Yeah, okay. A little bit of brass. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, oh, we need a little bit more wood. Okay, there's 8 andesite casing. 21 mechanical crafters. Nice. Ah, what is this guy? Hey, don't stop my crops. What do you got, lionfish? Insulated plate? Yellow maple. Hair bear, red arid sand, and portable wheat. Okay. So we got our crafters. I forget how they work. Okay, so we're gonna need to apply some rotational force to the side of you. We'll keep that in mind. Let's see if we can build you though. So, what it has to find all out. We gotta have 3. Come on, come on. We gotta go 5 like this. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's about right. Everything seems to be pointing in the right direction. They're all leading into each other. Now what we gotta do is get ourselves a little rotational force right over here. So if we were to put a gear, say like so, and were to take this vertical gearbox and replace it. Oh, nope, we're gonna need that vertical. Never mind. We'll take a vertical gearbox. That's not the direction I want. That'll be okay. Go ahead and... No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work either. See if I can get this direction I want. I right click it. Well, that breaks it. Let's see. Yeah, pleased enough to put it over there. Okay, no. Yes! Okay, so just right clicking it appears to be the way to go. So we'll take one of our shafts, stick it right there. We're gonna put another shaft right there. And we want another gearbox right there. And that is applying rotational force to this thing. And I hope it works. What we're building are these crushing wheels. And they are pretty cool. And what it looks like you do is just right click with andesite alloy all the way along the border, fill in the corners, and then plank. Hey! Plank. Oh, it's doing something. Oh, I don't even have a wood block. This is going poorly. See. Oh, okay. Some of this is definitely pointed the wrong direction. Okay, that's looking like maybe it makes a little more sense. Except maybe you can only have 3 connections at once. Well, I'll give this a try. Alright. Try this again. Oh, guys. Okay, it looks like it's doing something. I know. Okay. Maybe? Let's give it a try. I know there's some kind of logic to this, and I have a feeling it has to do with the arrows pointing in directions, but I don't know exactly how it's supposed to be. But we're just gonna keep trying here till we get these things. We'll get it right eventually. Oh, we could just set it up and it could do nothing. Okay, that did something. There it is. There's what I want. Didn't work. Alright, I've got to figure this out. Alright, the thought has occurred that this may be going too fast. I may have to slow it down to make this thing. But I replaced all of the crafters. And I guess we're just gonna have to see. I cleared out the space underneath it, and I think everything's pointing towards that bottom block, but I felt like we saw the thing. And it just wasn't happening. Like, that looks like what I expect to see, but it's not making what I want it to make. So maybe we'll slow this thing down and try it. Okay, that's quite a bit less stress at the lower speed. I just took a whole iteration of the stuff out. So let's see if this does any better, or if I have to stop playing for a little while and go watch a video or something. Do we not have a recipe right? Wouldn't that be something? Stone! We're using a log. Of course it doesn't work. Oh, I've been a fool this whole time. Alright. I'm gonna go one more time. And I'll have to set this whole thing back up because I was not paying close attention enough to the crafting recipes. So let's get the planks in there. Oh dear. Embarrassing. And a piece of stone. So I guess it will try to craft anything that you fill up. It doesn't have to be a valid recipe. But we learn nothing about the potential speed and stress on this here machine. And there's what we're looking for. Dear, dear. Alright, pardon me while I put my floor back on after it was probably an unnecessary destruction of the floor. So we've got pretty fast shaft coming down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to place the gearbox here. And just kind of, yeah, that's a little bit more like what we want. I guess we're going to go with that for the time being. Yeah, we'll take we'll figure it out. What we want, we can put a crushing wheel right there. And it'll start spinning one way. I feel like that's the wrong way. Let me think about this and set this up. Okay. Took an extra gearbox, that was all. So what we have here is a block of parts. We've got these two things spinning in opposite directions, and we're gonna hope that they're the right opposite directions. Now what we should be able to do is drop stuff in there. And well, let's try with the stone. Let's see what happens. And you don't want to get caught between these things, I'll tell you. See if anything happens. Doesn't seem like anything's happening, does it? Okay, so now we have the wheels turning inwards towards each other. That is possible to do. So let's see how this works out. The reason I was picking up all this... Okay, yeah, it sucked it in that time. Nice! Yeah! So we're gonna have to set up a way to automate this, but... And there's more we want to do with this, but for now... Oh, every inventory space. These things took up. And I did save out a stat. If we ever have a horse or similar, but oh, this is so sad. Throw that right down in there. 20 diamonds, 12 leather, 12 string. Not bad. Listen, that's gonna do it for real this time. I mistakenly ended the episode when we were only about 10 minutes in after building this whole monstrosity. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.